so put fanaticism on. And I don't see my armored recon getting shot at by artillery, so I don't think I'm moving for a while. Thankfully it takes out supply trucks. I didn't have any new units coming up for a while because I was researching the Tiger. Start spamming that and some infantry to head on into these woods and take out his anti-aircraft for Sie German and Cyrix. And there's that dreaded surprise attack icon. No one who's receiving it likes to see. Cyrix has got his jumbo tanks here.
Enemy is heading for a total victory.
I moved my armored recon up much too far, and it just seemed like tank. At this point I've basically cleared this left-hand forest of most of his troops, and I think I just send this column of Panthers into this guy's base and basically just take him off the map. Here I did not have an armored recon anywhere, so my infantry gets mowed down and my Tiger gets like decimated by those anti-tank guns. So that was tragic. Here we got Sie German using his patented fly my airplanes around the entire map so that the anti-air can't get them. Here I just got my Panthers moving up on the forest and just routing like 10 infantry units. Well, not 10. Talk about factions real quick. Italians, like I said before, I kind of like to think of them as like the Zerg of RUSE, though never having played StarCraft much. Maybe a misassumption. But Italians are really probably better suited for the smaller matches and just bum rushing at the start, because they can start spamming light tanks and infantry that are actually pretty decent. But I've never really seen the airfield go up, because I think you probably have to research a lot of their stuff there. Americans have excellent anti-air. Their Pershing is extremely good as well, that I found. Their B-17s are pretty unstoppable, unless you run them into a bunch of anti-air. Germans have extremely good tanks. They have the flak 80mm, but it can't hide, so that's kind of a downfall. Basically they just have high quality, very expensive units. Even their bases are like more expensive to build, so that's the major downside of them. British, they're very good for a fast air rush. Their tanks are basically worthless, but they can be extremely effective in the air, and just getting that fast rush off in the beginning of the game if you manage it correctly. French are a really good defense, apparently. I know one game I played a long time ago, the opponent was using armored recon in the forests, and I, being the noob that I was, didn't know about recon and spotting in the woods, so they would just pop out and ambush all of my tanks and just annihilate them, so that was very, very disheartening. Speak of the devil. Surprise attacks. And the Russians, they have some very good tanks as well. Their anti-air, in my opinion, is fairly worthless unless you make a prototype base. Then they have some good options there. think their tanks are only second to the Germans in the game, but managed correctly. We just have a massive bombing run. I was telling Germans to bomb the forest, but there are kind of a lot of forests. But I was wanting them to bomb this one since that's where all the anti-tank and infantry were destroying my Tigers and Panthers in the middle here. And I failed at maneuvering this column without the armored recon because they just have those anti-tank guns sitting there. Dear God, where did all that smoke? By the way, if anyone's wondering what this orange stuff flowing from the sky is, it's this volcano. It's not like snow or anything. But at this point we've taken out the left player completely. The German took over his headquarters and built an airfield, so his units were like right the enemy's doorstep. I've gotten my armored recon back in action, so I'm able to make quick work of these units hiding in the woods, and then he just starts rushing all of his string grenadiers out of the town, but they don't really do much to my recollection. And scottg on the right is just spamming some M40s and purging. He's got a bunch of field defenses that the Italian guy actually makes some quick work of. Yeah, at this point it's just like massive bombardments everywhere. Just up close for it. Just takes out a bunch of his bases there. I think he takes out an 40 or two. Maybe just one, routs the others, which really helps the Italian player, as the bug crews shoots at jumbo tanks. It was funny to see because the anti-air units shoot really fast sometimes when tanks are like right next to them, but they don't do like any damage. So that sucks. Here I just got my tank trying to move through his town and take out this middle guy. My infantry in the forest to the left, who actually surprise attacked this Battitz. I love saying that word. Battitz. They're coming. The Germans are coming. And my armored recon is chilling there. Oh no! Don't shoot him! Woo-hoo. He lived to spot another day. But yeah, I'm hoping they have a lot more maps when the actual game comes out. I'm sure they will, but I'm hoping they're fairly balanced. I like this one. It's pretty good map because you all have like the forest in front that you always know you're gonna have a bunch of flak or infantry in, sometimes the anti-tank, and basically it's just about who can get the quick advantage first. Like I think that first engagement or two is like key, because after you get like routed from that, you're kind of stuck back in your base in trouble. They can just take over all the supply depots in the middle and outside the forest, and it makes it really hard to come back from. And at this point DoubleDzZz left the game in the middle, so it's just Scotty with his anti-air. Go ahead and speed up. And that was it. I think I gained a level. It's usually better competition than we've usually faced. Usually it's a bunch of under level 10 people who end up leaving the first few minutes. Our guy actually did pretty decent for his level. Got decent kills. Losses. Kills. Income. This guy had a bunch of trucks apparently. And that was the game. Leave comments if you have any questions, concerns, anything of that nature, and hope you enjoyed it. Alright, till next time.